Welcome back to The Wandering Screen. I'm Matt Koss, and today I'm looking at Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, so let's dive right in. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is the kind of film that reminds you why he's one of the most visionary directors working today. It's gothic, it's sensual, it's darkly romantic, and absolutely bursting with imagination. Now, this is a Netflix film, but if you can find it playing in a theatre, run, don't walk. To see it on the biggest screen possible. I caught a Sunday afternoon screening at the TCL Chinese Theatre in Hollywood in IMAX, and it was a total spectacle. Del Toro's visual storytelling has never looked better. Every frame is a painting, every movement within the frame feels intentional. There's always something happening just beyond the center, drawing your eyes across the screen. It's cinematic storytelling at its finest. At 2.5 hours, it's definitely a long film, but for the most part, it earns that runtime. It's big and ambitious, and yes, it's sometimes bloated, but it's also deeply engrossing. So, who or what is Frankenstein in this version of Mary Shelley's classic story? The story begins near the North Pole, where Victor Frankenstein, played by Oscar Isaac, is found bloodied and half dead by a group of explorers. They bring him aboard their ship only to realize that something is out there in the icy darkness, something screaming his name. That something, of course, is the creature. After a thrilling, tense opening sequence, the film flashes back as Victor recounts the events that led him to this frozen nightmare. We follow him from his early years, the trauma of his mother's death, his strained relationship with his brilliant but cruel father, played by Charles Dance, and his growing obsession with creation. Victor's curiosity soon turns into ambition when he meets Harlander, a wealthy patron played by Christoph Waltz, who funds his experiments. Harlander's niece, Elizabeth, played by Mia Goth, is set to marry Victor's brother, William, played by Felix Camera, which adds an emotional undercurrent to Victor's already unstable drive. With money, resources, and a dark obsession, Victor begins constructing a body from dead. And when lightning strikes, literally, the creature lives. Jacob Elordi plays the creature, and it's a truly fascinating performance. He's massive and physically imposing, but what's more impressive is his movement. There's a strange grace to him, a kind of childlike wonder that makes you both terrified and heartbroken. When Victor realizes what he's done, obsessed with the creation but forgetting what to do if he succeeds, the film shifts into this strange, haunting rhythm that only Del Toro can pull off, a mix of horror and tragedy and empathy. The creature escapes and the story broadens into something almost mythic. He hides in the woods, learns language from a blind man played beautifully by David Bradley, and begins to understand his place in the world. These moments are some of the film's most moving, showing the creature as both a victim and a philosopher, cursed with self-awareness. This section of the film slows down a bit, which is where the pacing starts to drag for me. The second act gets caught between flashbacks and the framing of the story on the ship, and the energy dips slightly before ramping up in the final stretch, but even then, Del Toro's command of tone and visual storytelling keeps you hooked. Dan Lauston's cinematography is breathtaking, it's vivid and textured and filled with shadow and depth. The production design by Tamara Deverell is pure Gothic perfection, from candlelit laboratories to icy wastelands, and the costume design by Kate Hawley is exquisite. Every piece feels handmade and period accurate, and it all fits within Del Toro's heightened dreamlike vision. The editing by Evan Schiff gives the film a fluid, almost musical rhythm. Even the montages feel alive, and the way Del Toro choreographs movement within the frame makes this feel more like a dance than a traditional monster movie. Oscar Isaac is really fantastic as Victor Frankenstein. He plays him as a man consumed by brilliance and arrogance, both fascinated by life and disgusted by its limitations. He has these small intimate moments of horror, like when he wakes up to find the creature standing silently at the foot of his bed, that really capture the tragedy of the character. And yes, this wouldn't be a Guillermo del Toro film without a few callbacks. Remember that bathtub scene in Nightmare Alley where there's a glimpse of Bradley Cooper's schlong? Well, Oscar Isaac gets the same treatment here. He gets his own bathtub scene. The violence too feels like a throwback to Pan's Labyrinth. It's shocking and incredibly graphic. We're talking snapped spines, crushed skulls, and more blood than you might expect from a period film. It's really gruesome. Mia Goth, meanwhile, brings her signature blend of fragility and I'm a few blinks away from freaking out stability to Elizabeth. She actually appears in 2 roles, briefly as Victor's mother and later as Elizabeth, which thematically ties into the film's obsession with death and rebirth. I do wish her character had more to do, especially since her connection to the creature feels a little underdeveloped. There's a version of this story where she's more involved in the creation, and that could have made her arc even stronger. And then there's the creature himself. Elordi's performance is something special. He communicates everything through his eyes and movement, and you feel every ounce of pain, confusion, and longing. Del Toro clearly sees him as the heart of the story. This isn't about a monster terrorizing people. It's about what it means to be alive, to crave belonging, and to face the consequences of creation. If there's one criticism, it's that the third act doesn't quite soar the way it promises to. It's beautiful and tragic, but it never reaches that emotional crescendo you're waiting for. It kind of settles back into this storybook rhythm when the creature or the monster requests to share his side of the story, which works thematically but feels slightly restrained. Even so, Frankenstein is an experience. It's thrilling, it's haunting, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The crowd I saw it with was completely engrossed, gasping, laughing, reacting to every big moment. My jaw fell on the floor. This is event cinema done right. And if you can find it playing near you, do yourself a favor, see it in a theater. It deserves that big immersive space. But even when it hits Netflix, turn the lights off, put the phone away, and enjoy a feature-length bedtime story that only Del Toro could tell. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe for all the latest reviews this award season. Alright, what did you think of Frankenstein? Did Elordi's performance work? Let me know in the comments section below. See you next time.